Hello, everyone, and welcome to this very special English lesson. I'm truly happy that you're here, spending your time learning and improving your English with me. Today, we're going to explore 50 extremely useful English phrases that native speakers use all the time in everyday life. These expressions are so common that once you learn them, you will start hearing them everywhere. In movies, on TV, in podcasts, in conversations on the street, in the workplace, and even in casual messages between friends. When you understand these phrases deeply, you will not only communicate more naturally, but you will also gain a clearer sense of how English speakers actually think and express themselves. Learning individual words is helpful, but learning phrases is much more powerful because phrases give you ready-made structures that you can use instantly without having to build sentences from zero. So relax, get comfortable, take a deep breath, and let's begin this long and very helpful journey into real-life English. We start with the first phrase, "How are you doing?" This is a friendly, relaxed, and very common way to ask someone how they are. Unlike the more formal, "How are you?" this version feels warmer, softer, and more conversational. You can use it with friends, co-workers, relatives, neighbors, or even strangers in casual contexts. For example, imagine walking into your office in the morning. You see a colleague near the coffee machine. You smile and ask, "Hey, how are you doing?" They might reply, "I'm doing pretty good. I'm all right." Or maybe, "Not so great today, I'm tired." This phrase opens the door for small talk and helps build comfortable interaction. Our second phrase is, "What's up?" This expression is very informal and is mostly used among friends or people your age. It is not appropriate in polite or formal situations like job interviews. But it is perfect for casual everyday greetings. It means, "What's happening?" or "How are you doing?" but with a relaxed, friendly tone. A typical exchange looks like this. "Hey, what's up?" And the other person says, "Not much," or "Just chilling," or "Just finished work." It's a short, easy greeting that helps you start a conversation naturally. The third phrase is "long time no see." You use this when you meet someone you haven't seen in a long time. It's warm and friendly and shows that you are surprised and happy to see them. For example, imagine you're at a supermarket and you suddenly see a friend you haven't met for years. You might say, "Oh wow, long time no see. How have you been?" This instantly creates a positive mood and reconnects people. Next, we have "grab a bite." This phrase means to eat something quickly or casually. It doesn't mean a large or formal meal, just a quick snack or small meal. For example, after working for a long time, you might say, "Let's grab a bite before the meeting." Or when you're out with someone, you might say, "Do you want to grab a bite at that cafe over there?" It's simple, natural, and very commonly used. Then we come to "take a break." This means stopping your activity temporarily to rest. Everyone needs breaks. Taking breaks increases productivity and helps your brain stay fresh. If you've been studying English for several hours, you might say, "I need to take a break." Or a friend might suggest, "Let's take a break and stretch for a bit." In workplaces, employees often hear, "Why don't you take a break? You've been working non-stop." Another phrase we use often is "run errands." This means handling small tasks outside your home, things like going to the bank, mailing a package, buying groceries, or picking up laundry. When someone asks what you're doing today, you might say, "I'm going to run some errands this morning." It's a very practical phrase that native speakers use weekly, if not daily. Our next expression is hang out. This means spending relaxed, casual time with someone. You don't need a special plan. You might hang out by sitting in a cafe, watching a movie, playing games, or just talking. You could ask, "Do you want to hang out after school?" Or, "We're just hanging out at my place tonight." People of all ages use this phrase. Another helpful phrase is hit the road. This means leave, especially when starting a trip. If you are visiting someone and it gets late, you might say, "We should hit the road soon." Or if you're going on a road trip early in the morning, you might say, "Let's hit the road at 6 a.m. so we can avoid traffic." Next comes call it a day. Use this phrase when you want to stop working because you've done enough for that day. For example, you've been working on a project for hours and you're tired. You might say, "Let's call it a day and continue tomorrow." It gives a polite and natural way to say, "Let's stop now." Then we have pick up, a very flexible phrase with many meanings. One of the most common is to collect someone or something. You can pick up a package, pick up your children, pick up a friend, or pick up groceries. For example, "Can you pick up some milk?" Or, "I need to pick up my sister from the airport." You will encounter this phrase very often. The phrase "I'm running late" signals to someone that you won't arrive on time. It's polite and useful. For example, "Sorry, I'm running late. I'll be there in 10 minutes. This helps people understand the situation and reduces stress or confusion. Next is hold on a second, meaning wait briefly. You may be busy doing something and say, "Hold on a second, let me finish this message." Or, "Hold on a second, I need to grab my phone." It's one of the most frequently heard phrases in everyday conversation. Then we have just in case. This phrase expresses precaution. For example, take a jacket just in case it gets cold, or bring an umbrella just in case. It shows preparation and responsibility. Call it a night is similar to call it a day, but used at night. When you want to stop evening activities, such as studying late, working, or socializing, you say, "I'm tired, I'm going to call it a night." Moving to expressions related to feelings, we have "I'm beat." This means extremely tired. After a long workday or intense exercise, you might say, "I'm beat, I need to rest." It creates a clear picture of exhaustion. The next phrase is, "I'm feeling under the weather." This means you're slightly sick, not seriously ill, but maybe you have a cold, fever, or headache. You might say, "I'm feeling under the weather, so I'll stay home today." It's a polite and gentle way to talk about not feeling well. "I'm all ears" is a fun expression meaning, "I'm ready to listen." When someone says they have news, you can reply, "Really, I'm all ears." It encourages the speaker and shows genuine interest. Another helpful phrase is, "take it easy." This can mean relax, calm down, or don't stress. If someone is worried, you might tell them, "Take it easy, everything will work out." It can also serve as a casual goodbye, such as, "See you tomorrow, take it easy." Now, let's talk about decision-making. The phrase, "it's up to you," gives the other person the choice. If someone asks what to eat for dinner, you could say, "It's up to you, I don't mind." It sounds cooperative and polite. "Let's play it by ear" means you will decide later, depending on the situation. For example, if you're not sure about your schedule, you can say, "Let's play it by ear and see how things go." "I'll sleep on it" means you need more time to think about a decision and want to decide tomorrow. For example, "That's an important choice. I'll sleep on it." It's a no-brainer describes an extremely easy decision, one that requires almost no thought. For example, choosing between a free option and a paid one might be a no-brainer. I'm on the fence means you're undecided. You see both sides, but haven't picked one. For example, I'm on the fence about buying a new car. Now, let's explore expressions for easy or difficult things. It's a piece of cake means something is very easy. For example, don't worry about the exam, it's a piece of cake. It's not a big deal is comforting. If someone apologizes repeatedly for something small, you can say, it's not a big deal. It reduces stress and tension. Cost an arm and a leg means very expensive. If you see a luxury item with a high price, you might say, wow, that costs an arm and a leg. Break the ice means starting a conversation or making people feel comfortable. For example, he told a joke to break the ice. Now, some work-related expressions. Get down to business means to stop small talk and start focusing on the main task. In meetings, someone may say, all right, let's get down to business. Get the ball rolling means to start something. You might say, let's get the ball rolling by writing a list. I'm swamped means extremely busy. For example, I'd love to help, but I'm swamped today. I'm on it means you'll handle something immediately. If a boss asks for a task, you can respond, I'm on it. Now we move to agreement and understanding. You're spot on means completely correct. You can say this when someone offers a correct explanation. On the same page means everyone agrees or understands the same thing. For example, let's make sure we're on the same page before we continue. That rings a bell means something sounds familiar. You're not sure why, but you've heard it before. Hit the nail on the head means saying exactly what is correct. For example, you hit the nail on the head with your explanation. Next, we examine phrases related to problems. Out of order means broken. You often see this sign on machines. If an elevator doesn't work, it's out of order. Back to the drawing board means starting over because the first plan didn't work. After a failed attempt, you say, it's back to the drawing board. The last straw is the final problem after many small ones, the one that finally causes frustration. For example, being late again might be the last straw for someone's patience. Cut corners means doing something quickly or cheaply, often resulting in poor quality. For example, if we cut corners, the product will not be good. Now, some encouragement phrases. Hang in there means don't give up. It's supportive and empathetic. Break a leg means good luck in a performance or important event. It's a fun idiom. Go the extra mile means doing more than expected. People who go the extra mile are appreciated. Communication phrases include spill the beans, meaning reveal a secret. Another is I'm just pulling your leg, meaning I'm joking. Keep in touch means stay in communication over time. The final set includes we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, meaning don't worry now about future problems. Up in the air means undecided. In a nutshell means in summary. Make the most of the means take full advantage. And finally, it's not my cup of tea means something is not your preference. And that brings us to the end of this long, detailed lesson covering 50 essential English phrases. These expressions will help you communicate naturally, understand native speakers more easily, and participate in conversations with confidence. Practice these phrases often. Repeat them out loud. Use them in real situations. Listen for them in movies and shows, and let them gradually become part of your active vocabulary. Learning a language is a journey full of gradual progress. So be patient with yourself and stay motivated. Thank you so much for spending your time learning today. I hope this extended lesson supports your English learning goals. Keep practicing, keep improving, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Take care and have a wonderful day.